Arteus, a well-known Hermetic philosopher, is credited with the invention of a Cabalistic magnet that, according to legend, was able to attract the enigmatic spirit or aura of human efflorescence, as well as the flourishing bodily growth of young men. It was said that this vital essence was concentrated in his aging body through the use of inspiration, transudation, or other occult means. Despite the fact that this idea might appear to be absurd at first glance, it is easier to comprehend when viewed from a sympathetic perspective, especially when taking into consideration the Hermetic tradition's propensity for communicating through enigmas and illustrations. In a manner comparable to that of the Freemasons, the Rosicrucians are renowned for their diligent adherence to the motto, "Learn to know all, but keep thyself unknown." They are also known for their fierce protection of esoteric secrets. The Rosicrucians established their order in Europe during the Middle Ages, and their beliefs are based on ancient teachings that were handed down from the Atlanteans to the early Egyptians. In addition to introducing Eastern mystery science and philosophy to the Western mind, their mission was to educate Westerners on the more esoteric aspects of Christianity. Over the course of several centuries, the Rosicrucians have amassed a vast body of knowledge. They have regarded the teachings that cannot be practically applied as mysteries and have approached the subject matter from a philosophical rather than a scientific perspective. They believe in a supreme architect of the universe, just like the Freemasons do, with the exception that the term universe should be understood to refer to the sun and the planets that orbit it. According to their terminology, the term cosmos refers to the millions of universes that exist in space and are directed by a supreme architect or an absolute consciousness. Rosicrucians, in contrast to adherents of other belief systems, do not maintain that the supreme ruler bestows favors upon each and every person who inquires about them. As an alternative, they hold the belief that human beings are endowed with inherent faculties and powers, which enable them to triumph over challenges through the utilization of their own capabilities. The Rosicrucians maintain that it is possible to communicate with higher beings. However, this is only possible for individuals who have achieved a higher level of consciousness. Despite the fact that these beings do not have to manifest in the physical world, they are still able to communicate with people who are ready to receive spiritual messages. Space is inhabited by entities that have varying levels of consciousness, some of which are embodied while others are not, according to the beliefs of the Rosicrucian philosophy. True Rosicrucians are aware of the fact that these entities, regardless of whether or not they are embodied, have the potential to assist humanity. Every single human being possesses the capacity to develop their consciousness and communicate with higher beings. However, the degree to which they are able to do so is contingent upon the level of consciousness they possess overall. The Rosicrucians believe that there are three components that make up man: the body, the soul, and the spirit. They emphasize the significance of comprehending and cultivating the three minds, which are the objective mind, the subjective mind, and the superconscious mind, into a unified consciousness. The superconscious mind acts as a bridge between the different types of minds, and it is responsible for spiritual experiences, creativity, and inner guidance. The objective mind is in charge of governing voluntary actions, while the subjective mind is in charge of controlling involuntary actions. The Rosicrucians believe that the best way to accomplish the great work, which is their term for the process of bringing together the three minds, is to make effective use of the will and to exercise control over the glands, the brain, and the mind. According to their argument, the will is the motor that propels all change, making it possible to concentrate, triumph over obstacles, and accomplish one's objectives. Controlling the glands has an effect on one's physical, emotional, and mental well-being, whereas controlling the brain can improve one's ability to concentrate, remember, and solve problems. An increase in mental tranquility, clarity of thought, and emotional steadiness can be achieved through the practice of mind control, which encompasses thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Rosicrucians view the great work not only as a means of advancing their own personal journeys, but also as a means of serving humanity and making the world a better place. The cultivation of compassion, understanding, and the ability to effectively bring about positive change are all fostered by living in harmony with the three intelligences. Rosicrucians are of the opinion that the mystery of the Trinity is contained within every single person, and that by awakening dormant faculties, one can gain an understanding of the mysteries of life and death. They believe that there is no death in the vast universe that God has created. Rather, death is nothing more than the progression from one state of matter to another. Through the proper activation of their dormant powers, the occultist is able to uncover a magical world in which conscious changes can occur both within themselves and in the world around them. The perception that there is an infinite amount of life permeating everything, from the tiniest microbe to the most expansive of worlds, causes time to become an illusion for them. However, the Rosicrucians believe that it is possible for those who are willing to go through the necessary training to achieve this unfoldment, despite the fact that the path to it is difficult. The teachings of Rosicrucians provide a distinctive viewpoint on the characteristics of humanity, consciousness, and the universe as a whole. Their emphasis on the development and unification of the three minds offers a roadmap for people who are looking to gain a more profound understanding of who they are and where they stand in the universe. According to the Rosicrucians, the great work is not only a journey that one takes on their own, but it is also a process that has the potential to bring about a positive change in the human experience as a whole.